Okay, so I am reasonably sure that this is dry. So one of the really good ways to test whether or not your watercolor has dried enough that you can paint next to it or on top of it is to touch it. Obviously, if it's still got beaded up water that you can see, it is not dry. But if it doesn't, you can touch it and feel whether or not it feels cold. If it feels slightly cold, then it's probably still a little damp. If it feels the same temperature as the other paper, then it's probably pretty dry and you can paint on it. This one, it feels a little cold down here, but I'm not worried because I don't need to do anything down there right now. So I'm going to work on this other part up here. So I'm going over the back area and I am just lightly touching with my paintbrush. And I'm taking advantage of those lines I already have and the well-defined front grasses that I made, so I don't have to do as much work back here detail-wise. And really, just filling it in just that little bit, it already kind of blends together. And I'm going to do a bit more. I want to add some of the brown and stuff too, because it looked nice on here, and I think it'll make it look even better. So I'm going to just add just a few touches of brown here and there as a contrast, and also to make it blend with the front area and seem like it's all one piece. Okay, that's looking nice, but my grasses are just too dead and sad. They need more green. So I'm going to get some more of this greenish yellow and come back to the page with my greenish yellow and add just a few splashes of green here and there, even on my front stuff. And I'm also trying to kind of blur out the brown more because it got a little bit too splotchy there. So another important thing is not to stop too early and not to make a really hard edged line like I have here on your different edges that you think are going to have you grassy like this and up close. So I'm just going over the edge and adding that, but you can see how bad it looks to have that line there. I wish I didn't have that line there. If I didn't, it would look even cooler. But this is starting to come together pretty good. And with these giant brushes, you don't have to stress as much about getting at every detail of the grass. As long as you get the impression right and you have nice looking trees around it, it really doesn't matter that it doesn't look all that grassy. So here I've got my whole handout painted, and it looks pretty cool. And I even painted my W just for fun. But I could potentially, let's say I get done and we still have like half class period left. Well, you could connect the dots here. You could make a whole extra range of mountains back here, add some more hills in here, maybe add a few grasses down here. Make sure to not block your name too bad. And you could make this into a whole beautiful watercolor landscape right here on your handout. Give it a shot if you want and you've got time.